In this video, you'll see a completion of new power and old hoppers from the 1980s. Our first train here is 11R, bound for Binghamton, New York. "11R is off the Berkshire and Eastern, the former Pan Am system, and like I said, is bound for Binghamton, New York. He'll make stops in Mechanicsville and Mohawk Yard to exchange crews and cars. His main commodity on this train is trash and auto racks towards the back, but tonight there is a manifest section in the middle. "15 minutes later, 30T out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and out of Saratoga Springs, New York, comes south, right on 11R's EOT marker. This train has 3 ES-44 ACs leading. NS has a total of 184 ES-44 ACs on the roster. All 3 of those locomotives come from General Electric's GE Evolution series. There are a total 8,159 Evolution series locomotives across the world, with many more produced every single day. Next up the next night was NS-264. NS Train 264 is daily Chicago, Illinois' 63rd straight yard to Ayer, Massachusetts intermodal freight. He works Buffalo's Bison Yard, Binghamton's Beaver Street Yard, Mechanicsville, New York, before reaching its final destination. Tonight's train has auto racks at the back and piggyback trailers on spine cars. Next up was 30T once again the following night. The lead unit is NS AC-44 C6M 4717 and is fresh out of the rebuild shops. At this time, the 4717 had only been out on the rails for only 4 weeks. And this was one of its first assignments, especially leading. It seems to be the AC-44CXM has been a huge success for NS. So much so, they just purchased 44 units from CPKC, and those units are also former BNSF power. They have purchased 44 former CPKC and BNSF-9s. They will be used as cores for AC-44CXMs. This next train hit right at home. We're on the former Delaware and Hudson, so why not a Delaware and Hudson Hopper to go with it? Honestly, these things get me excited just as much for a heritage unit. I can't tell whether it's the 1980s or it's 2023. The D&H would have been 200 years old this year, as they were founded in 1823 and is one of the oldest transportation names in the United States. The D&H would last from 1823 to 1991, where it was bought by CP Rail, and in September 2015, Norfolk Southern would purchase the D&H, or at least part of the D&H, from CP. CP still owns the line from Saratoga Springs, New York, up until Rouse's Point. I don't know about you, but I am tired of looking at night trains. This next train is 11R, and we will see it in Afton, New York, at the McDowell and Walker. For power, he's got ST60 6983, AC44 CXM 4216, and AS44 AC 8134. Occasionally, 11R will work this plant at McDowell and Walker to exchange covered hoppers. The covered hoppers, I believe, are filled with soybeans, which is used in the process of feed for birds and chickens. If 11R doesn't work the plant, then it's 30T who picks up the soybean car. The northbound trains that work this, well, there's only one, is 31T, and 31T does that work in the middle of the night. You can see the covered hopper off to the right behind the truck. And our final train of the video would come the next day on Sunday morning, right before I had to go to church. And it was 16R, the northbound counterpart to the 11R, East Binghamton, New York, to AR, Massachusetts.
16R clear 581 north up.
The Berkshire and Eastern asked Norfolk Southern if they can move 16R's departure time from Binghamton at 6 a.m. The train is normally here between 6:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. every morning, which is good news for the rail fan. That guarantees one daylight train per day. As Christmas break gets closer, I will be waking up early to see these trains. I haven't done a great job at seeing 16Rs of late, due to school and me just being flat out tired after sports. I believe this is my last video before Christmas. So I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I'll see you before the New Year. But until then, Merry Christmas. I hope it's a good one for you. And stay tuned to the channel.